Hi, everyone. It's Christina Carter here with Tallahassee Notary, and I, on a pretty consistent basis, am asked some frequently asked questions regarding our notary services. So I wanted to put together this quick little video about our apostle services. So one of the most frequently asked questions that I get is, what exactly is an apostille? So it's impossible to talk about what an apostille is without first discussing the 1961 Hague Convention, in which they established that the apostille is the form of authentication for all of its members. And by the way, there are approximately 91 current members listed. So, in other words, an apostille is the authentication of a public document in and or for the use of a foreign country for the 91 members that are listed in the Hague Convention. So the apostille certifies the authenticity of the issuing official or notary public signature, and each state designates a competent authority who issues an apostille for a public document. Here in the state of Florida, that is the Secretary of State's office located in Tallahassee, a few minutes away from our storefront location. So how do you pronounce apostille is another question that I get asked pretty often. So I always joke, tomato, tomato, apostle, apostille. But in all honesty, it's actually of French origin, meaning marginal note. I always think that's interesting to note. So although here in the heart of the South in Tallahassee, we more likely than not tend to refer to it as an apostille, it is pronounced apostille. But again, tomato, tomato. So what is a notarial certification? So countries that are not members of the 1961 Hague Convention are not issued an apostille, but they are still issued a notarial certificate or certification that authenticates, just like an apostille, the issuing official or notary signature. So it looks just like an apostille certification as far as it's printed on the same paper, which we'll be discussing in just a few moments. But instead of having apostille written on it, it'll have noted notarial certification for non-members of the Hague Convention. So another question that I get asked often is, I have a state of Florida document that I need to use abroad. Does it need to be authenticated by the state of Florida and the U.S. Department of State? Yes. So what we recommend is first you submit your document to Tallahassee Notary in order to use our Fast Florida Apostille services with the Secretary of State's office for authentication of the documents. Then, with our assistance, we will help with forwarding the documentation to the U.S. Department of State if required for processing. If you have any questions on that, our information is listed in the comments as far as phone number and email address to contact us. So, as noted, we were going to discuss what type of paper these apostilles or notarial certifications are printed on and how you can verify the authenticity of a Florida apostille or notarial certificate. So the certificate is issued on security paper, which cannot be photocopied, and photocopies will have the word void written on them. Another important point to note is that each certification is assigned a unique identification number, which is actually listed on the bottom left-hand corner of each certificate in red. If you do have any questions on your certificate, you can make a photocopy of the authentication and submit a handwritten request to the Secretary of State's office in the Apostille Services Division. So I saved the best question for last. How long does it take to process an apostille or notarial certificate request with Tallahassee Notary? So we have services that range from 24-hour to 5 to 7 business days. We recommend for individuals to contact us directly, either phone number at 850-999-7717. Again, this will be listed in the comments below, or via email at info@tallynotary.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, this is Christina Carter with Tallahassee Notary, and I hope you found my Apostille Services Frequently Asked Questions video informative.